it's a dream we're going through. And if I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, yours would be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love, you'd be the one I'd choose. If I only had one love. Heaven on Sunday. Sea and sand, waters and shells, the golden frame of your hair, eyes reflecting eyes, flickering shadows of love's design. Waves floating on waves, the thought of you, symmetric depth in the morning light. Sea and sand, waters and shells, the golden frame of your hair. Drops, clear crystal drops are going forward in our hearts. Waves floating on waves, the thought of you, symmetric depth in the morning light. Sea and sand, waters and shells, the golden frame of your hair, eyes reflecting eyes, flickering shadows You could never be a face in the crowd, so you're traveling on out. Well, you know I'll never say it out loud, but I'll be traveling with you. Taking my time, taking it all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the auction of our day auction today will begin in the next 5 minutes, so please begin to take your seats. Thank you.
So call me when you get where you're going. I'll keep traveling to you. Hey, don't be too hard on yourself. I'll be okay. Why can't we free the love inside us? Those inhibitions which divide us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just been informed there's a small problem with the telephone lines, which will just get in fixed, so it might give us a small delay, so please feel free to grab another glass of champagne and relax. But we'll let you know as soon as we're ready. Thank you.
Let's build the Taj Mahal of pleasure. Follow the blueprint to love's treasure. A formula of sight should help us crystallize into the chemistry of love. Please don't recite me poetry. I'd rather feel you close to me and listen to the rhythm of your heart. Now here we are, woman and man, and like those statues by Rodin, I can't tell you from me. Inside the chemistry of love. Why can't we free the love inside us? Those inhibitions which divide us. Is it naive of me to seek such ecstasy? I crave the chemistry of love. I crave the chemistry of love. I crave the chemistry of love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny Monaco, here at the fantastic Le Sportin, part of the Monte Carlo Bay complex. We've got a small video just to kick off to introduce the sail, so when we're ready we can roll that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know me, I'm Peter Woolman from RM Sotheby's in Europe, and I'm very, very delighted to be joined on the podium by my colleague from Sotheby's here, Martin Tenholder, Managing Director and one of the chief auctioneers of Sotheby's in Europe. Martin will be auctioneering for us today. He's been with Sotheby's for over 25 years and auctioneering for over 15 years. So you have lots of experience, Martin.
Well, let's hope it works.
So before we begin, just a brief note on our conditions of business for the sale today. All sales are as is and where is. The final bid price does not include buyer's premium and any applicable taxes. The buyer shall pay the RM buyer's premium together with any other applicable taxes on the buyer's premium. The buyer's premium is 12% for all vehicles and 17% for all non-automotive lots.
En fait, en français, les frais TVA compris sont 14,40% pour les voitures et 20,40% pour les autres lots.
Thank you, Martin. I would have said that myself if I spoke French. Payments for all lots must be arranged by 5 p.m. on Monday, the 16th of May. Immediately after the auction, all lots will be removed, and some of the lots, in fact, will be going back to the Quattroroute collection for final collection in Italy. For full details regarding collection of purchases, please see a member of our team in the auction settlement office. So before we introduce the Quattroroute collection, I'd just like to briefly introduce the rest of the team. On the telephone desk, we have Jarrett, Rothmeyer, Donny Gould, Annette Abachi, Annette, pay attention, Stephanie, Augustin, and Jacqueline and Greg. And in the room, spotting the bids is Gord Duff and the lovely Rebecca. And Barney Ruprecht there on the left. So they're going to be keeping an eye on what's going on in the room. So the Quattroroute collection, I can never say that very well. We have 39 vehicles, or 37 in fact, including motor cars, motorcycles, and lovely carriages. The Quattroroute collection represents a carefully curated cars of one of the most famous names in Italian motoring journalism. That's Gianni Mazzocchi and his family who are here today. So we welcome you today. Thank you for being here. The founder of the Quattroroute magazine, the late Mr. Mazzocchi, was an automobile enthusiast, as you've seen from the cars, who appreciated fine engineering and clearly originality, eventually bringing together his purchases in a museum at his publishing company headquarters in Milan. And for those of you who've seen the cars, it's a real honor to be looking at cars that have that lovely charm and originality of cars that have been owned in the same family or in a museum for many years. We've all been very pleased to see some originality so often restored out of cars these days. So we're very honored to be presenting the collection. Without further ado, we will start the sale. Martin, over to you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, and welcome here also at RM Sotheby's, ladies and gentlemen. Bienvenue à RM Sotheby's. So, lot number 101 is the first lot, which is the 1850 Ferrari Children's Spider.
Yes, Martin, a Ferrari of a different kind. Built in Milan, not Modena. Miniaturized version of a sporty open two-seater carriage designed to be drawn by a goat. For children, I think.
Wow, amazing. All right. Before we start the selling, ladies and gentlemen, there is a sale room notice, an addendum. Kindly note, ladies and gentlemen, this actually goes for the majority of the collection, so we're repeating this sale room notice a little bit throughout the sale. Kindly note, once sold, this lot must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported. The transportation and post-sale storage of the cars back to Milan through Quattroroute will be at the seller's expense. The cars will be stored at Quattroroute in Milan until this process is complete and the registrations have been cancelled. Buyers can then make arrangements to collect the cars directly from Quattroroute once the process is complete. We estimate that the process will take approximately 3 to 4 weeks. All right, and with all that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the bidding now. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you. Lot number 101, and we'll open the bidding at 16, 17, 1800, 1900 now. 1900 euros. 1900 euro. 1900 euros. Any advance at 1900. 1900 now. 1900 euros. The bidding's at 19. 2000. At 2000 now. The bid is at 2000 euros. Any advance at 2. 2000 euros. Any advance at 2000 euros? The bid is at 2000. 2000 euro. 2000 euro. Any advance? 3-2 online. I'll take that. 2-2. 22. Thank you, Greg. I would have taken 3-2 too, though. You can try to make the people click again. I've got 2,200 now. Online at 2,200. Any advance? Next will be 2,500. 2,002 is the bid, and next will be 2,500. We're 2,200 logs. 200,200 online with Greg's bidder. Any advance at 2,200? 2,200. 22,000. 22,000. Sinon, ci sono più di offerte. Yes, it's Gord. It's your bid at 2,500 now. Back in the room. And where are you in the room? It's with Gord's bidder. Gord, I have you. And we'll look in the room at 2,005. Greg, is your internet bidder still paying attention at 2,500? It's 2 and 5 now. In the room here with you at 2,500. 2,500. Greg, make the person click. Chat with him. It's 2,005. We need the next bid to be 2,800. 2,005 is then in the room at 2,500. If we're all done at 2,500, we might sell this at 2,500. Hammer goes up. If we're all done, 2,005. Fair warning, 2,500 euros. And I'm selling at 2,500. Gord, your bidder. Thank you very much. 4240.
Thank you, Martin. Lot 102 is the circa 1890 Ferrari and Cossaniga Open Phaeton, built immediately as the car was about to revolutionize transport in Europe, sometimes called a dog cart, with a compartment to transport your hunting dogs. Who goes like, Gus, this is for you. A perfect addition to your country estate. Wedding present.
Thank you, thank you. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, again, kindly note that this lot sold must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported. And we've explained to you just how that went. So we'll start the bidding at 14, 15, 1,600 at 1,600 euros. 1,006, 1,600 euros. The bid at 1,700 now. 1,700, the bid is at 1,700. 1,700 euros, 1,800. 1,900 now, the bid is at 1,009. 1,900, any advance at 1,000, 2,000. At 2,000 euros now, I have 2,000 euros. Any advance at 2,000. 2.000 euro. 2.000 euro ci sono anche le offerte a 2.000. 2,000 euros. At 2,000 now. The bid is at 2,000 against you, Stephanie. At 2,000. 2,000 euros. 22 now. 2,200. Next will be 2,500. It's 2,002 and we're asking for 2,005. At 2,200, any advance for 2,500 in the room maybe? At 2,200 with Stephanie on the phone, 2,200 euros. 2,200 euros. Any advance? 2,005 with Gord's bidder now. 2,005. Steph, it's against you. Would you like to make it 2,800? 2,005 now to bid with Gord at 2,500. You would like to make it 2,700? Why not? We've only just started the sale. Let's immediately deviate from the increments. 2007, but I'm going to make it 280 in the room against you. 2007, and in the room you can offer 2,800. Gord, what do you say? 2007, 2,800. Steph, would you like to make it 3,000? 2,800 is in the room. Next will be 3. Thank you so much. 3,000 now. The bid is now against you at 3,000 now. 3,000. Would you like to make 3,200? 3,000 now. Gord, 3,000 against you. And it's with you, Steph, at 3,000 now. 3,000 euro. 3,200. 3,200 against you, Stephanie. Shall we make it 3,500? The bid is at 3,200. Thank you. 35 now. 3,500. Trying for 3,800. So it's 3,500. We would like to see 3,800, please. Only 3,000 is worth a lot more. 3,800. Thank you, Gord. 3,800 euros now in the room and against you, Stephanie, at 3,800. Can we make it 4,000? Is bid. Thank you very much. Next will be 4,200. The bid is now at 4,000, asking for 4,200. Is bid. 4,200. Yeah. Steph, shall we make it 4,500? Is bid. 4,500 against your bidder, Gord, at 4,500 now. 4,500. Shall we make it 4,800? That will be the next bid at 4,800. 4,500 is the bid with Steph. 5,000, even better. 5,000. Next will be 5,500, Steph. 5,000 in the room. Can we make it 5,000? 6,000, even better. 6,000. Gord, do you want to bid? The bid is at 6,000 against you. 6,000 now. 6,000. You want to try for 7? Or do you want to try for 6 and 5? We could take 6 and 5. That would be the regular increment. That's fine. We've just started. 6,000 then. The bid is at 6,000 now with Stephanie on the phone at 6. 6,000 euros with Stephanie on the phone. Any advance at 6. 6,000 then. On the phone against the internet as well. 6,000. It's with Steph on the phone at 6,000. If we're all done at 6,000, I'm selling at 6,000 euros at 6,000 euros. 4426, thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Lot 103 is the circa 1890 Cesare Sala Calecchi, one of the greatest carriage builders of the era. They built carriages for Dutch and Austrian royalty, an imposing design with some lovely intricate leather suspension. There it is.
Fantastic. Building it for royalty, and particularly Dutch royalty, which is close to my heart. Thank you for that,
of
Peter.
course.
Thank you
Like
very
you.
much. Like me. Well, not except for the royalty part. We're starting bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 17,000 euros. At 17,000 euros, the bid is at 17. 17,000 euros at starting at 17,000, only at 17. 17,000. 17,000 euros. 17,000 euros. 18,000 now. 18,000. 19,000. The bid is at 19,000 euros. 19,000 euros now. At 19,000. 1900 euros. 1900 euros? What? All right, that's 19,000 euros. At 19,000 euros, and we've got 20 now. 20,000. The bid is at 20,000. 20,000. 20,000. 20,000. 20,000 euros. At 20,000 euros, any advance at 20. At 20,000 euros now. At 20,000. 20,000 euros. Any advance at 20,000? At 20,000 then, it's with me at 20,000, with my bidder at 20. 20,000, I may sell it at 20,000. If we're all done, Becky now, 22, thank you very much. 22,000 now, and I'm out at 22,000. The bid is now at 22,000. Any advance at 22? 22,000 then. Rebecca's bidder at 22,000. Any advance at 22? At 22,000, if we're all done at 22, selling then at 22,000. Fair warning, are we all done at 22,000? Come on, at 22? Really? 22,000, and the bid is at 22, and I'm selling at 22,000 euros. Well done, 22,000. 4240.
Lot 104, ladies and gentlemen, is the circa 1800 Simonetti sleigh, one of the smallest creations from one of the most famous names in Italian coach building. Like the likely property originally of a noble family, fun for your winter holidays in Cortina or San Moritz, or where should we go at the end
Wherever
of the year,
you
Martin?
want to go,
Okay.
I'll go with you, Peter, don't worry, I'll follow you. All right, lot number 104. Again, ladies and gentlemen, kindly note that once stall sold, the lot must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported, and we're starting the bidding at 1,800, 1,900, 1,900 euros, 1,900 euros, 1,900 euros, at 1,900. Any advance at 1,900. The bid is at 1,900 euros. 1,009, 2,000 now, 2,000 now. The bid is at 2,000, 2,002, 2,002, 2,200 now. The bid is at 2,200, 2,200. At 2,000, asking for 2,500. 2,200. Any advance at 2,200? I'm asking for 2,500. The bid is at 2,200 euros. 2,200 now. 2,200 with my bidder at 2,200. Are we all done at 2,200? 2,200 euros only at 22. Fair warning at 2,200. At 2,200 then at 2,200 euros. Hammering down at 2,200. 2,200 for 4063.
Lot
4263.
Lot 105 is the circa 1856 Michel type bicycle, a pioneering bicycle and now a remarkable survivor. Look at that. Take that to the office.
Take that to the office. It has to be taken first to Italy, but then we'll bring it back for the official exportation. And we'll start, ladies and gentlemen, the bidding at 400, 450, 500 euros only. At 500 now. At 500 euros. Any advance at 500? 550 is right in front. Thank you, sir. The bid is at 550. Any advance at 550? 550. Now we've got 600 against you, sir. Would you like 700? Is your bid 700 now? 750. 750 contre vous, monsieur. Est-ce que vous désirez 800? Would you like 800, sir? 800, 850. Against you, 850. 900, 950 contro di lei. 950 is against you. Would you like 1,000? Is bid 1,000, 1,100. 1,100, I've got 1,200 now on my left. 1,200 now. I've got 1,200 seated on my left. 1,300 against you both. Would you still like to bid? 1,300. 1,003 with your bidder, Barney. Thank you. 1,400 now. 1,500. 1,500 against you, sir. 1,005, I haven't forgotten about you. It's 1,005 right here. 1,600. 1,700. 1,800. 1,900. 2,000. And 2. Next is 2,500. Okay, next is 2,400, because it's a Saturday. 2,400. Would you like 2,600, sir? 2,600. Against you now. Would you like 2,800? Yes? Thank you. 2,800. 2,800 is 3 now against you. Next will be 3,200. 3,000 is against you. 3,000 contro di lei. 3,200. Would you like 3,500, sir? Thank you. 3,005. Would you like 3.8, sir? You would like, can we make it 3.8? You would help me tremendously. I helped you before. 3,008, thank you. Would you like 4, sir? 4,000, and it's only 4.2 now. 4,000 is against you. The bid is at 4,000 euros against you. Are you thinking in euros, dollars? What are you thinking?
We'll put lights on it for you.
4,000 now. The bid is at 4,000 against you. Are you sure? Really sure. 4,000. It's with you now at 4,000. Now, I haven't forgotten about you, sir, on the front row or second row. Are you still with me at 4,000? No? Not at 4,000? You're still with me? Any advance at 4,000? And the bid is here at 4,000, in the middle of the room at 4,000. 4.000 euro. 4.000. That's waving to a friend. That doesn't count as bidding, so it's still with you at 4,000. And I'm selling that at 4,000, if we're all done, at 4,000 euros. 4.000 euros. Thank you so much. 4,018.
Thank you. Lot 106 is the 1930 Fiat 525N engine and transmission. Something for the mechanics out there. Fascinating display piece or a spare for a rare Italian classic.
And the great thing on this one is, ladies and gentlemen, you can buy it and pick it up straight away. It doesn't have to go back to Italy.
We'll find you a car without an engine to go with it.
So we'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 380, 400 euros, at 400 euros only. 400 euros, any advance at 400. Next is 420. At 400 euros, 420. What? 1,000. Bien joué. Ça, c'est super. 1,000 euros. Alors, 1,000 is the bid now. 1,000, 1,000. Any advance at 1,000. We're asking for 1,200. 1,002 is with Barney's bidder. Thank you, sir. 1,002. Would you like 1,400? 1,200 contro di lei. Facciamo 1,400. 1,200. 1,600. Would you like 1,800? 1,800. 2,000 contro di lei. Would you like to have 2,200? 2002 is ahead of you all. Sorry, Gord. Yep. 2.200 contro di lei. Facciamo 2.500? 2.200 nella sala. In the room at 2,200. Against you two, Gus, at 2,200. 2005. Next will be 2.8. 2,800 now. 2.800. Facciamo 3? 3.000. No. Sei sicuro? Sono solamente 3.200. Grazie, per la prossima. 3.2, 3.5 con Gus. No, 3.2 già contro di te, Gus. 3.000 contre te. Tu peux avoir 3.200 si tu veux. Hein? Parce que je suis là, de toute façon. 3.200. Non, 3.200 c'est dans la salle, excuse-moi. 3.500 sera le prochain. My fault. 3.2 is your bid. 3.500 contro di lei. 3.5 against you now. Would you like 3.8? Don't look on your right because he's saying no, so don't look at him. Look at me. The focus is here. 3.5 against you. Would you like 3.8? One more maybe. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're in Monaco. You're out. You're having a good time. Are you sure? 3.500. The bid is at 3.5 against you with Gus at 3.5. 3.500 avec Gus at 3.500. 3.500. If we're all done at 3.500, we're going to have to sell it to Gus. And I'd hate to do that to you. At 3.500, are you sure? 3.800. 3.800 now. 3.800. Thank you. Merci. C'est très gentil. Hein? 3.800 contre 3 Gus. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? On pourra faire 4.000. 3.800. 3.800, Gus. It's at 3.800 in the room at 3.800 euros, and we're going to have to hammer it down. Look, the hammer's going up. 3.800 going once. I know you're used to that. Going twice. Going thrice. What is it? Three times? Thrice. And I'm selling it for 3.800. Merci. Thank you very much, sir. 3.800, 4.295.
Next up is lot 107. This is one of my favorite lots. The circa 1879 Singer racing bicycle. Look at that. The iconic penny farthing, but the racing version with drop handlebars. Why not make a real challenge of the London to Brighton run this year and see if you could, what you do at traffic lights when you're on this?
If only we knew, Peter, somebody who lived in London and is very much about a cyclist and in shape, in good shape actually, you know, and he's got all the time in the world. So why wouldn't we start the bidding at 480, I don't know, 500? We'll start at 500. Would you like 550, sir? Is your bid. Thank you so much. 550. Cycling in London at 550 now. We've got 550 in the room at 550 euros. Any advance at 550. We've got 600 with Barney's bidder. Where are we, Barney? At 600. 600 now is on my left. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you back. 600 again. You're out, sir. You're out. 650. No, right up front, Becky. I'm so sorry. With my bidder up front, 650. Would you like 700 right in the middle? And Gus is now 800. 850. He's now 1,000. I've got 1,100. Would you like 12? 1,200. 1,200. 1,300. 1,400. 1,500. 1,600. 1,700. 1,800. 1,900. 2,000. 2,002. 2,005. 2,800. 3,000. Che facciamo? 3,200? No. 3,000 against you. 3,000. I think for London also 3,000. 3,000. And it's on my left at 3,000. 3,000. Any advance at 3,000. 3,200. New place. Against you now. Would you like 3,500, sir? 3,500. 3,800. 3,800. 4,000. 4,200. 4,002 against you, sir, now. 4,002 against you. 4,200 gegen Sie. 4,200. 4,500. 4,500 now. And 8. 4,800. Only one more and we're at 5,000. Thank you. Shall we make it 5,200, sir? 5,002. Would you like 5,500? It is a great bike. Peter has tried it. He says it's amazing. 5,002 is against you. Would you like 5,500? No? 5,002 then. The bid is at 5,200. Next is 5,500. 5,200 euros. Any advance at 5,200? Any advance at 5,200? Are we all done? What's happening with the internet? I've got Jackie now at 5,500. Do you want to strike? Make it 6. Make a statement. 5,500 is against you. No? Would you like 5,800? It's a statement too, and I'll take it. 5,500 against you then. Jackie standing at 5,500. Gus, c'est aussi contre toi, hein? 5,500. Avec Jackie, 5,500. 5,500 a bit with Jackie at 5,500. Are we all done at 5,500 euros? Any advance at 5,500, 5,500 euro. Se non ci sono più di offerte a 5,500, batting down then at 5,500 euros. 5,500, 4,038.
Bicycles are popular today, Martin. Would you like the fan on after that?
You know what, that would be amazing.
Would somebody please help us with the fan? Lot 108 is a 1950 Lancia Ardea 4th series engine and transmission. Advanced design with a small displacement. The world's first 5-speed gearbox in a production car also.
Great. And for lot number 108, ladies and gentlemen, no sale room notice. You can pick it up and take it straight with you. We're going to start the bidding at 450, 500 euros. At 500, the bid is at 500 euros. Any advance at 500. At 500 euros, the bid is at 500. 500 euros, 1,000 now with Gus. 1,000 with Gus. The bid is with Gus at 1,000 euros. Any advance at 1,000. 1,000 euros now. On my right, on the phone, Gus at 1,000. 1,000 euros. Any advance at 1,000? At 1,000 euros in the room? Sir, you have the Fiat. Do you want a Lancia as well? Are you sure? It's a Fiat, and you've got that. So the Lancia is then with Gus at 1,000 euros. Any advance at 1,000 then? At 1,000 euros. If we're all done at 1,000, hammering down 1,200 right in front. Thank you, sir. Next will be 14, Gus. 1,400. Would you like 1,600, sir? The bid is at 1,400. 1,600 now. Right in front of me, Gus. Against you. Would you like 1,800? 1,800. Next will be 2,000, sir. No? Are you good? 1,000. Would you like 1,900? Just because you're here and I like you? No? 1,800 then. The bid is at 1,800 with Gus at 1,800. 1,800 euros. If we're all done, selling at 1,800 euros. Gus, 1,800. 4,222.
We're going to call you off now, Martin.
No, that would be fantastic.
Lot, we'll wait a second, excuse me, while we can't have auctioneers getting hot. They get overexcited and take too much money off of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lot 109 is the sorry. Okay, we've done the engine, haven't we? Are we on 109?
109.
Lot 109 is the Hispano-Suiza H6B engine, aircraft-derived design, Very impressive power. One of the greatest designs of luxury European motoring, Hispano-Suiza.
Thank you, Peter. And for the Hispano-Suiza, we'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 4,000 euros. 4,000 euros. Asking for 4,200. The bid is at 4,000 euros now. 4,200. 4,200 at 4,200. Asking for 4,500 at 4,200. 4,500. 4,500 now. The bid is at 4,500. 4,500. 4,800. 4,800 now at 4,800. 4,800 now. The bid is at 4,805 now at 5,000 euros. The bid is at 5,000 euros. 5,005 now. This is with Stephanie at 5. Stephanie's at 5,000 then. At 5,000. Any advance at 5,000 against you, Gus? At Stephanie's bid with 5,000. 6,000 now with Annette. 6,000 euro. Dank, Annette. It's against you, Stephanie. 7,000 with Stephanie. Annette, gegen dir. Machen wir 8,000. Yes, would you like to bid, Annette? 7,000 gegen dir. 8,000 euro. Mit Annette. Against you, Stephanie. Can we make it 9? 9,000. It's with Steph now. Gegen dir, Annette. 9,000 gegen dir. Machen wir 10? 10,000. 10,000 now. The bid is at 10,000 with Stephanie. 10,000 euro. C'est vrai, non? 10,000 euro. 11,000. 11,000. 11,000 euro. Stephanie. Gegen dir, Annette, mit 11,000 gegen dir. 12,000 geboten, danke. 12,000 now. The bid is at 12,000 euros. Against you, Steph. 12,000. 13,000. 13,000. Gegen dir, Annette. 13,000 gegen dir. Möchtest du? 14,000. 14,000. 14,000. Merci, monsieur. Dans la salle. 14,000 euro. Dans la salle, 14,000. 15,000. 15,000 mit Annette. 15,000. 16,000. 16,000 dans la salle. 16,000 in the room. 16 is against you, Stephanie. Try 18. 16 is against you. 16,000 now and against you too, Annette. 16 is in the room. 17,000 with Stephanie. Contre vous, monsieur. Est-ce que vous désirez 18,000? Merci, Becky, thank you. 18,000, 19,000 with Annette. 19,000. 19,000, 20,000 dans la salle. 20,000 in the room, Stephanie. And I'm waiting for the glares. 20,000 is against you, but you can give me a glare anytime you want. 20,000 is ahead of you both now, ladies. It's in the room at 20,000. 20,000 euros. 22. With Annette. 22,000. 24,000. 24,000 dans la salle. 24,000 in the room and against you, Stephanie, and against you, Annette, at 24,000. 26,000 now. Would you like 28, sir? 26,000, Annette, 28,000 euro. Steph, are you sure at 28,000 now? The bid is with Annette at 28,000. And it's against you also online. Please feel free to click. At 28,000 now, the bid with Annette at 28,000. Anyone in the room more than 28? 28,000 euros. Are we all done at 28,000? 28,000. It's your bid. No, you're 28. 28,000, Annette. That's your bid. 28,000 is dein Gebot. 28,000, thank you. It's 28,000 with Annette at 28,000, and if we're all done, then at 28, est-ce que vous êtes sûr, monsieur? 28,000 contre vous, est-ce que vous désirez 30? Peut-être pour la dernière fois? Je ne sais pas. 24,000? 28,000 contre vous? Non. 28,000, and it is at 28, and we're selling at 28,000 euros. Annette, thank you. 28,000. 4,220.
Lot 110, Martin, is the Suzuki T500 Titan 3. What a name. Early 70s cool. I can see you on this in your retro helmet, long hair, and patches on your flared jeans.
There we go.
I just see you right into Sotheby's on that.
And again, this one, ladies and gentlemen, does not have a sale room notice, so it doesn't have to be brought back to Italy. You can take it straight home with you. Bidding starting at 800 euros. At 800 euros. Any advance at 800, 900 now. Thank you, at 900 euros. The bid is at 900. At 900 euros. Any advance at 900 euros now. 1,000. 1,100 is in the room. 1,100. Seated with you, sir. At 1,100. Any advance at 1,100. Asking for 1,200. 1,100 only. At 1,100 euros in the room at 1,100 euros. 1,200 now. Sir, against you. Would you like 1,400? 1,002. 1,004 now, sir. Is against you. Would you like 16? 1,004. Next will be 1,600. 1,600. Are you sure, sir? 1,600 is the bid against you. Now, on the third row at 1,600 euros for the Suzuki. 1,600 only. 1,600 euros. Any advance at 1,600? 1,600 en fait. 1,600. So if we're all done at 1,600, I'm selling then, sir. Are you sure? At 1,600 at 1,600 euros. Well done, sir. 1,600. May I see your pedal, please? Is it 4179? Thank you. 4179. 1,600.
Lot 111 is the Agrati Garelli Katia MS, a quirky, cutting-edge 1970s piece of personal transportation. Excellent for getting around the paddock at the Historic Grand Prix, I think.
Well done, Peter. And I think it will be actually excellent for that as well. So we're starting the bidding at 400, 450, 500 euros. At 500 euros, I have 500 euros, any advance at 500. Next is 600. 500 euros is bid. 500 euros, any advance at 500 euros only for the Agrati Garelli. 500 euros, any advance at 500. 500, are we all done at 500? 600 is in the room, thank you, sir. 600, and it's from a good year, 1974. 600 euros in the back of the room at 6. Next is 700. 600 euros then. The bid is at 600 euros. Any advance on my left. 600 euros, 600 Dutch bidding standing. You can bid. U mag bieden, meneer, voor 600 tegen u. 700, nee, even rond het dorp. Nee? 600 euros then. The bid is at 600 euros, standing in the back of the room at 600. Any advance at 600, if we're all done at 600 euros then, and I'm selling it then at 600 if we're all done at 600 euros. Yours, sir, 600, 4008. Thank you, congratulations.
Lot 112 is the Benz 8/20 HP Tourer, an important part of the Mercedes, the fabulous Mercedes-Benz story, a quality brass era motoring. Brass era, that is. Mark.
Thank you, thank you. Originally delivered in Spain, and the original factory day tag and original engine. So we'll start, ladies and gentlemen, and it's part of the collection, been part of the collection since 1962. We'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, with a bid only of, and before I do that, let me remind you again that this lot must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported. But we'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 18, 19, 20, 22,000. At 22,000 euros. The bid is at 22, asking for 25. 22,000 now, asking for 25,000. 25, thank you now, 25. 25,000 at 25,000. Any advance at 25,000. The bid is at 25,000 and asking for 28. 25,000, 28 now. 28,000. The bid is at 28,000. 28,000 now, asking for 30. 28,000 now, any advance at 28,000. 28,000 now, asking for 30,000. 28,000 now, any advance? 28,000? 30. 30,000 now, the bid is at 30,000 euros. At 30,000, only a fraction of the price. It's worth a lot more, ladies and gentlemen, than 30,000. 30,000 euros. Any advance at 30,000? At 30,000 euros then. 30,000 then. Fair warning, at 30,000 euros. If we're all done at 30, at 30,000 euros, 32 now up front. 32,000 now. The bid is at 32. Any advance at 32? 32 right up front, asking for 35. 32,000 then. The bid is at 32,000. Are we all done at 32,000? It's at 32,000, and I can sell it up front at 32. If we're all done, 35 in the back of the room. Would you like 38, sir? 35,000, and the bid is against you now at 35. 35,000, dans fond de la salle à 35,000. 35,000 then. Any advance at 35. At 35,000 against you, sir, at 35. And I'm selling it to you, if we're all done, at 35,000 euros. Yours, sir, 35,000, 4341. Thank you.
Lot 113 is a 1955 Cadillac Series 62 sedan. Single ownership from new, highly original and preserved, very desirable example.
Featured in a very original condition. It's a very, very rare model here in Europe. It's an original export model. Again, ladies and gentlemen, oh, no, different serial notice. Please note that the photos in the printed catalogue are honestly of the 1954 Cadillac. The car being offered, in fact, is a 1955 example. So that original export model is not true then. There we go. So we'll start, ladies and gentlemen, the bidding with me at 13,000 euros. At 13,000 euros, opening at 13. 13,000. Any advance at 13,000 euros. The bid is at 13,000. 13,000 now. 14,000. 14,000 now. I have 14,000. Any advance at 14,000 euros. 14,000 now. The bid is at 14,000, asking for 15. 14,000 euros. 14,000. Any advance at 14. 14,000. 15,000. 15,000 now. I have 15,000. 15,000 euros. Any advance at 15,000 euros. The bid is at 15,000. 15,000. Are we all done at 15,000? Fair warning, 16,000 now, seated up front. 16,000. 16,000 now. With you, sir, at 16. Says me. No, not with you, but with the other gentleman. 16,000. Any bids at 16,000? I've got 16, asking for 17,000. 16,000 euros. Any advance at 16? 16,000 then, if we're all done, at 16,000, 17 in the back of the room, seated. Thank you, sir. 17 against you. Would you like 18? 18,000, thank you. 18,000, it was decided for you, sir, but don't worry, it's a good thing. 18,000 now, ahead of you now, back in the room. Would you like 19? 19,000, thank you. 19,000, facciamo 20.000? No? 19.000? No? Maybe I'll ask the gentleman who's sitting next to you, because he felt it should happen at 20,000. No? 19,000 then, it's in the back of the room at 19. Contro lei. 19.000 contro di lei. Facciamo 20? No? 19.000, 19,000, 19,000 and against you. I have to rush you all now at 19,000. The bid is at 19,000. Are we all done at 19,000? Selling then at 19,000 euros. 19,000. And the number? 4240, Becky? 4240, thank you.
Okay, lots of interest in the next lot. Lot 114 is a 1978 Mercedes-Benz T80 TE Estate. Indestructible and versatile, great build quality from Mercedes-Benz. Another single ownership motor car, quality and function. And ladies and gentlemen, please note this is a manual example rather than an automatic as described.
Thank you very much.
Pay attention.
Is Peter paying attention? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting the bidding for the 1978 Mercedes-Benz at 2,500, 2,800 euros. At 2,800, I've got bid with Barney at 3,000. Thank you, sir. 3,000 is bid. 3,002 is against you, sir. Would you like 3,500? Is in the middle already, ahead of you. 3,500. Would you like 3,800? It's 3,500 against you. 3,500 is over there. For 1978, it's a big car. 3,500, 3,800. 4,000 against you. Next will be 4,200. 4,200 is already ahead now. 4,002, it's in the middle over there. It's against you, sir, and against you. At 4,002, next will be 4,500. 4,500. 4,800. With Stephanie, against you both.
Annette.
No, Annette.
Don't do that, Martin.
5,000. 5,000, Annette, das musst du sagen. Dann verstehst du ja. 5,000 now, against you. 5,500. Would you like 6, sir? 5,005. 6,000. 6,000. Would you like 6 and 5, sir? Is bid. 6,1? No, I can't do that. I have to be 6,2 then. Meet me halfway. 6,002 is already ahead of you. Would you like 6,5? 6,5 is your bid now. 6,005. 7,000. 7,000. I got it right now, right, Annette? 7,000.
Yeah.
Would you like 7,2? 7,200? Maybe 7,200. Thank you. Against you, Annette. I think I mixed English and German there. You know. 7,500. 7,500 against you. 7,500 contre vous. Est-ce que vous désirez 8,000? 8,000, c'est déjà offert. 8,000 gegen dir, Annette. Möchtest du 8,500? 8,000 now. The bid is 8,000 in the room at 8,000 euros. And against you too. Think about it. 8,005. 8,500. It's a 1978, sir. 8,500. Would you like 9,000? 8,800. It's a nice round number. I like it. 8,800. 8,800. Annette, machen wir 9,000? 9,000. No? 9,000. 9,200. Next is 9,500. We're going to go in small increments. But we're here. 9,005 is in the room. Next is 9,800. I got 10,000 now. I know. But there's a lot of competition for it, sir. What do you want? 10,000. Shall we make it 11,000? No, not 10,200. 10,500. Okay? Thank you. 10,500. Next is 11,000. No. 10,500. 11,000. Next will be 11,500, sir.
Why not?
11,500. Annette. 11,500 gegen dir. Nein? Bist du sicher? 11,500. The bid is 11,500, sir. It seems you're prevailing. Are you sure? At 11,500. 11,500 against you. 11,500 euros, and against you all in the room at 11,500. The bid is at 11,500. If we're all done, at 11,500, I'm selling to the gentleman over there at 11,500. One more try. 11,500, and I'm selling at 11,500 euros. Yours, sir, 11,500, 4404. Thank you so much.
Okay, well done. Lot 115 is the 1956 Fiat 600, a fabulous little motor car. The car which mobilized post-war Italy, charming, functional family transport and mille eligible, just 2 owners from new. And of course, this is a very early example with the aptly named suicide doors, but a lovely example.
And we're starting bidding. Thank you, Peter, for the lot at 3,800, 4,000, 4,200 euros, asking for 4,500. The bid is at 4,200, 4,200, 4,500. Thank you, sir. 4,800 is against you. Would you like 5,000? 4,008 is already ahead of you. The bid is at 4,800 now. At 4,800, any advance at 4,800. 5,000 standing with Don. 5,000 now. Contro di lei 5,000. Con Don 5,000. 5,000. That's the next increment, exactly. 8,000, we go from 5 always to 8 at RM Sotheby, so thank you so much for 8,000 euros. Don, would you like to make it 10? 8,500. 8,500. 8.500. Facciamo 9.000? 10,000, thank you. 10,000. All right, what's the next bid at 10,000, Don? Would you like to make it 11? No, it's going to have to be 11. 10,000 euros now. Gentu. At 10,000, has to be 11 for the next one. Nope, thank you, sir. Thank you. At 10,000 now. On the room, still in the room, on the phone at 10,000 euros. Any advance at 10,000. Against you all at 10,000 euros only. 10,000, 10.000 euro. 10.000 euro, se non ci sono più di offerte, 10.000, 11,000. 11.000 adesso. No? 11.000? Finito? Basta? Up? Done? Thank you. 11,000 is your bid, sir. The bid is at 11,000. Any advance at 11,000 euros. 11,000, and seated right up front here at 11,000. If we're all done at 11,000, 11,000 then, and I'm selling at 11,000 euros. Yours, sir, at 11,4179.
Thank you very much. Lot 116, Martin, is the 1964 Citroën DS, the Goddess. One of the most groundbreaking cars ever built, a technical tour de force, a must-have car for every collector, simply one of the greatest examples of 20th century avant-garde design.
Thank you very much, Peter. Quick serial notice also on this. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, that the car has been repainted grey since it was initially photographed for the collection's catalogue. So it's grey now. But we'll start bidding only, ladies and gentlemen, at 7, 8, 9, 10,000 euros. 10,000 euros. The bid is at 10,000 only. 10,000 euros. 10,000 euros. The bid is at 10,000. At 10,000 euros. 10.000 euro. Contre toi, Gus, at 10.000. 10,000 now. The bid is at 10,000 euros. At 10,000. Any advance at 10,000 euros. At 10,000 euros. The bid is at 10,000. 11,000 now with Gus. 11,000. At 11,000. 11,000 euros only for a car which is worth twice that much at least. 11,000 euros. Any advance at 11,000. 11,000 with Gus at 11,000. 11,000 euros. 11,000 euros. Any advance at 11,000. At 11,000 euros then, Gus at 11,000 on the phone. We're going to let it go to him at 11. Are we all done then? It's 11,000. Fair warning, at 11,000, it's Gus on the phone. 12.000. Thank you. 12,000. Against you, Gus. Would you like to make it 13? 12,000 now. In the room at 12,000. No, 13. Ho bisogno di 13.000. 12,000 now. It's in the room at 12,000. 12,000 euros, and I'm selling it, Gus, at 12,000 if you're done. At 12,000, seated at 12,000. With you, sir, at 12,000. At 12,000, are we all done? At 12,000? Selling then, Gus, at 12,000. Next is 13,000. At 12,000, and I'm selling at 12,000 euros. Yours, sir, 12,000. 4118. Thank you.
Thank you. Lot 117 is the 1942 Willys Jeep, the liberation of Europe, part of world history, one of the most robust and successful designs, functional designs of the 20th century. Own and enjoy a piece of genuine history.
Thank you, Peter. And for the Willies, we'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 5,500. 5,500 euros only, at 5,500 euros. Any advance at 5,500 euros. 6,000, 6 and 5, 7,000 against you both. 7 is ahead of you now, 7,000. Would you like to make it 7,500? Is standing at 7,500. Standing in the back of the room, 8,000 is ahead of you now, seated. 8,500 is next bid. Next would be 9, sir. 8 and 5 is against you standing. 9,000 seated. Would you like 9 and 5? Against you now. In the back of the room at 9,500. Next will be 10. 9,500. 9,500 is standing, sir. Are you still with me? 10,000. 11,000. Shall we make it 12? 12,000. 13,000. 13,000. 14. 15,000. 16,000. 17,000. 18,000. 19,000. 20,000. Next is 22, sir. Is bid? Are you sure? You're almost there, sir. 21. Would you like 22 seated? It's 21 against you. 21,000 standing. 21,000 euros standing. Are you sure? At 21,000. And the bid is at 21 asking for 22. We've got 21 asking for 22,000. Any advance at 21,000? At 21,000 then, if we're all done, are you done, sir, as well? At 21,000? 21,000 and standing at 21,022 now. No? Are you sure, sir? 22 against you now at 22. You were so close at 22. You want to make it 23? 22,000. At 22,000, no? Done? Out. At 22. The bid is at
22.5.
No, I offered 23. The next would have been 24. I was being kind as it was. 22.5 is a little bit I couldn't do that to the other gentleman. Would you like to make it 23, sir? No, are you sure? 22,000. And the bid is at 22,000. At 22,000, if we're all done, at 22,000, I'm selling it right here at 22,000. Fair warning at 22, and I'm selling at 22,000. Yes, sir. 4,444 at 22,000.
Thank you very much. Lot 118 is the 1962 Fiat Campagnola. Lots of interest in this, been very popular. Designed for the army, but consider it like a stylish Italian Series 1 Land Rover, and we know how much they cost. One owner from new, quirky, go-anywhere fun.
It's been part of the collection for almost 55 years.
Fantastic.
And has been really well preserved in its original condition. So we'll kick off the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 4,000, 4,002, 4,500. 4,005, 4,800, 5,000. 5,000, would you like 5,500, sir? 5,000 is bid. 5,500 now in the back of the room at 5,500. Any advance? Next bid is 6,000. The bid is at 5,500 in the back of the room at 5 and 5. 5,500 euros. Any advance at 5,500, seated at 5,500. 5,500, Gus, is 6,000. No? Are you sure, sir? 6,000 ahead of you. At 6,000 euros now, seats standing with Gus at 6. At 6,000. 6,000 avec Gus, 6,000. Contre vous dans la salle, 6,000 euros. Vous êtes certain? 6,500. 6,500. The bid is at 6 and 5 against you, Gus, now. 6,500 against you. Would you like to make it 7? 6 and 5. 6,500 euros done. Standing with Gus, and it's with you, sir, 6,500. Are you still bidding, Gus? 7,000. Contro di lei, 7,500. Contro di te, Gus. Desideri 8.000? 8.000 e 500. 8.500 contro di te, Gus. 8,500. 9.000. 9.500, grazie. 9.500. Facciamo 10, Gus. You're standing there. You've got it in you. I know you have. 9,005. Are you sure, Gus? Give me one more bit. Don't sit down. 9,000. It's yours, sir. Might be yours. He's sitting down. That's a good sign normally. When they sit down, it means they're out. Unless they get up again. 9,005 is your bid. The bid is at 9,500. Yes. 10,000. Would you like to make it 11? 10,500 is what you would like. Well, you know, you had to wait so long for him. It's true. 10,500. Shall we make it 11, sir? 11. Would you like 11 and 5? No. 11,000. 11.000 seduto a destra per me, a sinistra per la sala. 11.000. 11,000 now. The bid is at 11,000 euros. Any advance at 11,000, seated then at 11,000 euros. If we're all done at 11,000, I'm selling at 11,000 euros. Per lei, signora, 4253.
Lot
4253, 11,000 euros. Sorry, Peter. I'm a bit slow, I know
not
that.
At all, Martin. Lot 119 is a 1979 Maserati Quattroporte, one of the most exclusive luxury cars of the 1970s. Clean, angular Giugiaro lines like Martin's jaw, high performance and opulence.
I don't know what to say right now,
Carry
Peter.
on.
Thank you very much. You know what? Do that again to me. That was actually all right. We'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 3,800, 4,042. 4,002 asking for 4,500. 4,002, 4,500. The bid is at 4,500. I've got 4,800 against you now, sir. Would you like 5,000? 5,000 is bid. 5,005. Next is 6. 6,000. 6 and 5. Would you like 7? 7,000. 7,500. 8,000. Right up front, I've got 8,005 now in the middle, right against you both. 8,005 is right here. 8,005, I've got 9,000. 9,000, 9,005. 10,000. 11,000. No? 11,000. 11,000 now. The bid is standing now at 11,000 right here. 12,000 with the internet bidding. We were afraid the internet wasn't working when you had it on the first lot, but we're back on the internet. We're so happy. You're less happy, I know that. Well, you know what? Where were we? 12,000? Would you like 12 and 5? Just because it's against the internet. Yes, let's do that. You're right here. You came all this way. The missus, I think, wants it. I think she wants it. Look at the car. It's on the internet is bidding against itself at 12.5 now. See, you need to take the opportunity. Let's do 13. It is Friday the 13th. Actually, it's not Friday the 13th. It's a Saturday, so we're right. 12,500 with the internet bidding at 12 and 5. Any advance at 12,500? 12,005. Are we all done at 12,005 with my internet bidder at 12,500? Greg, thank you very much. 12,005. Are we all done at 12,500? Fair warning, at 12,500 with the internet bidding at 12 and 5, and I'm selling then at 12,500 euros. Internet, 12,005. Greg? No number? We just say internet. That's what we do at RM Sotheby's. It's a small location, so we'll find the track. We'll track him down.
Lot 120 is a 1951 Fiat 500C Topolino. The Topolino, meaning little mouse, was the first in a great line of fun, functional and thoroughly charming small Fiats. Daintily styled, but robustly engineered. And when you open your garage doors on this car, it smiles at you every time.
And you know what? If I were allowed to bid, I would have bid on this car. It's believed to have been acquired from the original owner, and it's been part of the collection for 25 years. And we're starting bidding, ladies and gentlemen, only at 3,538, at 3,800 euros, at 3,800 now. The bid is at 3,800, asking for 4,000. I've got 4,000 standing with Don Rose. 4,000 then. The bid is at 4,000 already. At 4,000, ahead of you in the room at 4,000. 4,200 now. 4,002. Would you like 5? Bid is 5 now. I know. And I'm waving at you too, Don. I like you too. 5,000. We're buddies. 5,000. 5,000 now. The bid is at 5,000. Any advance at 5,005 against you? Would you like 6? Don, what do you say? 6,000. He says yes, sir. What shall we do? 6 is ahead of you. 6,000 now. Would you like 6 and 5 is bid. 7,000 mit Annette. 7 against you both. Next is 8,000 with Don. So feel free to throw out a number as well. They're doing it too, so, I mean, I thought I was paid for this job. Actually, I'm not paid for this job. Let me remind you again. 8,000, then. The bid is at 8,000 now with Don. Are you sure, sir? 8,000. Annette. 8,500. Also wieder, warum nicht? 8,500. 8,500 with Annette at 8,500. Don, shall we make it 9? 10,000. We'll make it 10. That's a good idea. 10,000 now. The bid is at 10,000 against you, Annette. Would you like 11? 10,000. 10,000? 11,000. 11,000 against you, Don. What would you like to make it? 11,000. 12,000, thank you. 12,000 now. On the phone with Don at 12. Annette, shall we make it 13? 12,000 now. And against you also in the room at 12,000 euros. 12,000 now. It's Don on the phone at 12,000 euros. Any advance at 12,000? 12,000 then. Don on the phone at 12,000. Any advance at 12,000 euros? Are we all done at 12,000? 12,000 se non ci sono più offerte in italiano a 12,000. 12,000. I'm selling then at 12,000 euros. 12,000. Don, thank you so... Wow. 40... What? I need glasses. 4084. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Don. 4084, and
Okay.
we were at 12,000.
Lot 121 is the 1937 Citroën 11BL Berlin, the famous traction Avant. One of the most important cars in the history of the automobile, a car which rewrote the rule book on engineering mass-produced cars, advanced design, but with classically elegant lines.
Thank you. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, this car currently has several differences in the details since being photographed for the catalogue, including being black painted wheels and chrome headlight bezels, and also once sold, this lot again must return to Italy following the sale for the official exportation. The bidding, ladies and gentlemen, will start at 8,000, 8,500 euros. At 8,500, we're starting at 8,500 euros at 9,000. Thank you. 9,000, 9,005. At 9,500, the bid is at 9,500 now. Any advance at 9,005 asking for 10,000. 9,500, the bid is at 9,005. 10,000. 10,000 euros now. At 10, and I have 10,000 euros. Any advance at 10,000 euros. The bid is at 10,000 euros. 10,000 now. Advances at 10. At 10,000 euros against you in the room at 10. At 10,000 euros. Are we all done at 10,000 now? 10,000. 11 in the back of the room. And against you, Gus, at 11 now. And I have 11,000 ahead of you. Would you like to make it 12? 11,000 is in the back of the room now. 11,000 seated with you, sir, at 11,000 euros. Any advance at 11,000? 11,000, and if we're all done at 11,000 for the 1937 Citroën 11BL Berlin, we're selling then at 11,000 euros. Yours, sir, 11,000. May I see your number one more time? 4240, right? Thank you, sir.
Lot 122, Martin, is a 1927 509A Spider. Italy's answer to the Model T, I'm told. Sporty, pre-war charm. The first model built on built in Fiat's legendary Lingotto factory. And you can imagine this car being driven around on the rooftop test track.
I can't, but you know what? But I would love it. I would love it. It's been part of the collection for 55 years, and also this lot, ladies and gentlemen, has to be brought quickly back into Italy following the sale to be officially exported. But we don't think that's going to be difficult at all. We're starting the bidding at 17,000 euros only, at 17,000. 17,000 euros, at 17,000 euros. Anyone at 17,000 asking for 18. 17,000 euros asking for 18. 18,000 now. The bid is at 18,000 euros. At 18,000 asking for 19. 18,000 now. The bid at 18,000 euros at 19,000. 19,000 now. At 19,000 euros, the bid is at 19. 19,000 euros at 19,000. Any advance at 19,000. At 19,000 euros. 20,000 now. The bid is at 20,000. Next is 22. 22,000 now at 22,000. Any advance at 20,000 euros. At 20,000 euros, any advance at 20. 20,000 euros then. At 20,000, with me at 20,000. And if we're all done at 20,000, I'm selling it at 20,000 euros. Fair warning, at 20,000 euros. 20,000 for 4255.
Lot 123 is for those of you that didn't get the bicycle to do the London to Brighton. You can have the 1902 de Dion Bouton K1 chassis. A small addendum here. This is believed to be a 1903 Q-type or R-type. Some debate over that, but one of the great names in veteran car design, de Dion Bouton. Ideal basis for a London to Brighton entry, as we just said.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please note that the Dion de Bouton chassis and drivetrain offered here is in fact a later example from 1903, and not 1902. K1 is listed in the printed catalogue, and also this lot must have to be brought back into Italy for the official exportation. And we're starting at 17,000 euros. It's 17,000 euros, the bid is at 17. 18,000 now. At 18,000 now, the bid is at 18. 18,000, 19,000, thank you. At 19,000 euros now. The bid is at 19,000 euros. Any advance at 19,000. At 19,000 euros, then at 19,000. 19,000 euros now. With Gus at 20. Gus is 20,000. At 20,000 on the phone with Gus at 20,000 now. And against you in the room at 20,000 euros. 20,000. Are we all done at 20,000? It's Gus at 20,000. Next is 22. 20,000 euros with Gus, asking for 22,000. 22,000 now is the asking price. At 20,000 with Gus. Any advance at 20,000, then Gus on my right at 20,000. 20,000 euros, and if we're all done, at 2022 in the back of the room. Thank you, with several bid spotters helping out as well, all the way from the back. Thank you, sir. Oh, is that the gentleman? Shelby, thank you. 22,000 now. Seated in the back of the room, Gus. Contre vous à 22 000. 24. 24,000 against you, sir. Would you like to make it 25? Or 26 will be next, actually. 25.000 doen we dan. 25.000 euro tegen u. 25 is uw bod, is 25. 25 contre toi, Gus. Est-ce que tu désires 26.000? 27. Wilt u 28.000? 27 is tegen u. Would you like 28,000? Thank you, sir. It's bid 28,000. Gus, 28 ahead of you. The bid is at 28,000. 29. Dus het volgende is 30. 29 tegen u. What do you say? 30,000. Against you, Gus. No, it's 30 against you now. Would you like 32? I'm going to try to bring the increments up slightly. And 30 ahead of you. Would you like 32? You would like 31, are you sure, Gus? We can't make it 32? If you ask kindly. 31, because he's going to go 32 against you. 31,000, sir, would you like 32? Is bid against you. There you go, Gus. Try to explain it. 32 is ahead of you now. 35. Wat wilt u, meneer? 35 tegen u. 35 ahead of you. 36. 36 ahead of you, Gus. Would you like to make it 37? 36,000 is in the room at 36,000. The bid is at 36,000 and against you also at 36. And against Gus standing at 36,000. Any advance at 36, then it's in the room at 36, 37. Shall we make it 38? 37 standing. Excuse me? 38? I didn't hear you, sir. Would you like 38? Thank you. 38. Gus, would you like 39? 38,000 then. The bid is at 38,000 euros. In the back of the room at 38,000, Gus. Are you sure? At 38. Next would be 39. 38,000 then, and I'm selling, if we're all done, at 38,000. It's 38,000 in the room at 38, and I'm selling, Gus. The hammer is up, 39. 40. Against you, sir. Are you sure? 40,000. We've been going with 1,000 increments, so that's fine. We can make it 41. 40 is bid ahead of you. 40,000. Are you done at 40? The bid is at 40,000, standing with Gus at 40,000, and if we're all done at 40,000, selling then to Gus at 40, if we're all done at 40,000 euros. 40,000, 4252, Gus. Thank you so much.
Lot 1, 2, 4, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Fiat Spider 2000. It's sporty, stylish, and technically advanced. 4-wheel disc brakes, 5-speed gearbox, and a twin-cam motor. This car is more than just a pretty face. It's only had one owner from new, very desirable, and the perfect moment to indulge in some fun and affordable open-top motoring.
And with this kind of weather, who doesn't want to do that? So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start the bidding at 3,800, 4,000 euros. At 4,000 euros only, at 4,000. Any advance at 4,000. The bid is at 4,000 euros. 4,245 against you. Would you like 4,800? 4,005 is already ahead of you at 4,500. Next will be 4,800. The bid is at 4,500. 4,500, c'est déjà avant vous. 4,800. 4,800. 4,800 now. The bid is at 4,800. Any advance at 4,800. The bid is at 4,800. Dans la salle, à 4,500. 4,800 euros. Are we all done at 4,800? The bid is at 5,000. Next is 5,200. 5,000 contre vous. La prochaine sera 5,200. 5,200? C'est 5,200 déjà dans la salle. 5,200 against you too, sir. Next is 5,500 now. 5,005. 5,005 in the back of the room. 5,000, 6,000 against you now, sir. 6,000 seated up front. 6,000 contre vous, no, aussi contre vous, 6,000. 6,000 now. The bid is at 6,000 euros. 6,000 euros. Any advance at 6. At 6,000 euros, then seated in the middle of the room at 6,000. It's over there at 6, and I may sell it at 6 if we're all done. 6,005. Ahead of you, sir. It was already 6,500 here. On your left, 7,000. 7,005. 7,500 against you 2 now. At 7,500, with me at 7,500. Your bid, sir. 7,500 and against you at 7,500. Any advance at 7,500 then? Are we done, sir? 7,500? 7,500 then. Up front here at 7,500. 7,500 contre vous. 7,500 chez vous à 7,500. 7,500. 7,500. If we're all done at 7,500 and selling then at 7,500 euros. Yours, sir. 7,500, 4,302.
Well bought. Lot 1 to 5 is the Peugeot Type 172 BC or 5CV. A very rare Italian-built example of one of the cars which put France on the road. A simple and endearing design.
I think there were only 250 made in the world. 215 in total.
Well,
so
you're
kindly note, ladies and gentlemen, that once sold, this lot again must be returned to Italy for the quick re-exportation or exportation properly out of Italy. We'll start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 4,000 euros. At 4,000, 4,200 now, asking for 4,500. The bid is at 4,200 only, 4,200. Any advance at 4,500, 4,800 now. At 4,800, 4,800 euros, asking for 5. 4,800. Any advance at 4,800 euros. The bid is at 4,800. 4,800 euros. Any advance at 4,800. 5,000. 5,000 now. At 5,000 euros then. The bid is at 5,000. At 5. At 5,000 euros, asking for 5 and 5. 5,000 euros. 5,000. Are we all done at 5,000 euros? 5 and 5 now, seated. 5,500, and I'm out at 5,500, and it's your bid, sir. At 5,500, next will be 6. 5,500 on my left. Any advance at 5,500, it's on my left at 5,500 euros. 5,500, 6,000 now. Ahead of you, sir. 6 and 5. Against you. 7,000. No? 7,000 then. Second row bid at 7,000 euros. At 7,000, any advance at 7,000. 7.000 euro. Il y a 7.000 euro, sinon ci sono le più di offerte a 7.000. 7.000. 7,500. Would you like 8, sir? 7 and 5 now against you. 8,000. Thank you. The bid is at 8. 8,500. Would you like to make it 9, sir? 8,500 against you. Yes. 9,000. No? You've said that before to me, sir. I'm not sure if I still believe you. 9,000. One more? 9,000? 9,500. Thank you. 9,005. Next will be 10, sir. And then we're going to start with huge increments of 1,000. 9,005 against you. Would you like to make it 10? 10,000. 10,000 now. The bid is at 10,000 euros. Thank you, sir. 10,000, and thank you. At 10,000 euros. Any advance at 10,000? 10,000 euros then. If we're all done at 10,000 euros, 10.000 euro. I'm selling them on my left at 10,000. Se non ci sono più di offerte a 10.000. If we're all done at 10,000, I'm selling at 10,000. Internet bidding at 10.5? Thank you. But we have to reset the increments because on the internet I really want 1,000. So 10.5, sir. Would you like to make it 11,000? It's 10.5 against you, sir. No? Are you sure? We'll make it 11. 10,005. It's internet. 10,005. Surely, sir, we can do one little more bit. One petit effort, le dernier effort. 10.7? That's a very petit effort, but you know what? It's against 10.7. Would you like to make it 11? Please ask the person if he wants to click for 11, or she. 10,700. We squeezed a full 200 euros there. Thank you, sir. 10,007. No? Are we done with internet? Are you putting it in? 11,000 ahead of you, sir. No? You tried. You did try. Thank you. 11,000 now. With the internet, 11,000. 11,000 euros. If we're all done at 11,000 euros, selling then to the internet, it will be 11.5, just so you know, sir, so you can consider it as I'm making my final remarks. 11,000 then is the bid. 11.5 will be next. It's 11,000 on the internet, and if we're all done at 11, I'm selling at 11, unless you would like 11.5. At 11,000 then, at 11,000 euros. To the internet. Thank you. 11,000, and that's only one bidder on the internet, so we don't need to write down the bid number, and we're going to go to the next lot.
Are you happy?
Peter, I'm happy.
Good. Lot 126 is a 1948 Studebaker Champion Deluxe Sedan, a car which launched post-war American car design, exceptionally rare in Europe, and when you're ready, sir.
I am ready, sir. Thank you very
Would
much.
you like me to mop your brow? Oh.
Please note, ladies and gentlemen, that the windshield currently has a significant crack on the driver's side. All right, we'll start the bidding at, let me see, 3,800, 4,042. 4,002, next is 4,500. The bid is at 4,200 euros, at 4,200 asking for 4,500. 4,200, any advance at 4,200, 4,500. 4,500, 4,800. The bid is at 4,800 now. Any advance at 4,800. At 4,800, 4,800. Any advance at 4,800 euros. 5,000. At 5,000. The bid is at 5,000 now. 5,000 euros and the bid is at 5,000 euros. At 5,000 then, 5,000 euros. 5,000. If we're all done at 5,000, ooh, I have a bidder with Barney. 5,500. Sir, I know you. I've seen you before. 5,005 is the bid with you at 5,500. Any advance at 5,500. And I'm selling then, if we're all done, at 5,500 on my left at 5,500 euros. 5,500, sir. Thank you so much. 4,298. Right, sir? 4,298. There you go.
Lot 127 is a 1932 Fiat 508 Balilla Berlina. One of the most successful Italian car designs, perfectly packaged and well designed. The car is a real time capsule example, exceptionally original, and would now be the perfect base for either preservation or a sympathetic restoration, like me.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Well, we can all use that. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, that the lot, again, once sold, must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported. We'll start the bidding at, for this lot only at 4,500 euros. At 4,500, starting at 4,500, 4,800 now. Thank you, sir. At 4,800, the bid is at 4,800. 4,800 euros. Any 5,000. 5,000 now at 5,000 euros. The bid is at 5,000 euros. Any advance at 5,000. 5,000 euros. Any advance at 5,000. The bid is at 5,000 euros. 5,000. Are we all done at 5,000? 5,005. 5,500 now on my left at 5,500. Next will be 6. 5,500 on my left at 5,500. Any advance at 5,500 euros? 5,500 then on my left at 5,000, 6,000. Thank you, sir. Against you now at 6. Would you like 6 and 5? Is bid 6,500. Contre vous, monsieur. Est-ce que vous désirez 5,000? 6,500 contre vous. Voilà, merci. 7,000. 7,000. The bid is at 7,000 now. Would you like 7 and 5, sir? 7,000 is ahead of you. 7,000 contre vous. 7,500? No, we have to make it 7,500, sir. Thank you, that's so kind of you. 7,500. Are you sure, sir? Next will be 8. 7,500 then. The bid at 7,500 at 7 and 5. If we're all done at 7,500, I'm selling on my left at 7,500 at 7,500 euros. Not pounds, we're selling in euros. Calm down. 7,500 to you, sir, in euros. 4,298. Thank you again, sir.
128 has been withdrawn from the sale, so we'll move on to lot 129, which is the 1932 Rolls-Royce 20/25 HP Roadster. Designed to be driven by the owner, the best possible entry to pre-war Rolls-Royce ownership. Bodied in a very attractive and sporty Roadster coachwork. What better way to cruise around Monaco? Great Gatsby style.
Great Gatsby style, exactly, cruising around. Well, let's see who's going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting the bidding for this lot with the absentee bidder. I have an absentee, a written bid in my book, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see, 22, 25, 28,000 euros. 28 is with me, and the next bid is 30,000 euros. The bid is with me at 28,000 with my absentee bidder. 28,000. The yes is with Barney for 30,000. Thank you, sir. 30,000. 32 is ahead of you with my bidder. 34, 36 with my bidder. 38, 40,000 with my bidder. 42, 45. 45,000 is still with my bidder at 45,000. Any advance at 45,000. The bid is at 45,000 here in my book at 45. Any advance at 45. 45,000, sir. Are you sure it's 45,000? The bid is 45,000, still with my absentee bidder at 45,000. Ahead of you in the room then, and ahead of you on the phones as well at 45,000 euros. And internet, of course. At 45. Are we all done at 45,000? If we're all done, I'm selling this at 45,000 to my absentee bidder at 45,000 euros. Absentee bid 45,000, 4209, 4209. Thank you, Peter.
Lot 130 is a 1972 Fiat 130 Coupe, clean, angular Pininfarina styling, smooth V6 power, Jet Set 1970s Italy. Something
Excellent.
for Jack.
Something for Jack. Well, Jack, here we go. That was a bid. Thank you very much. 7,000 is the bid with Jack. We've got 7,500 ahead of you, Jack. I'm sorry. 7,500. 7,500. Any advance at 7,500? The bid is at 7,000. 8,000. 8,005 is ahead of you, sir. 8,500. 9,000 now. The bid is now at 9,000 euros. Would you like 9 and 5? 9 and 5 now. In the room at 9,500 ahead of you. I'm sorry. 10,000. Thank you, Shelby. 10,000 now. Ahead of you, sir. 10,000. Would you like to make it 11? 10,000 is on my right. At 10,000. Shall we make it 11, sir? 10,000 then. The bid is on my right at 10,000 euros. At 10,000, any advance in the room at 10,000 euros. 10,000 then. On my right, 10,000. Are we all done at 10,000 euros? 10,000 for the Fiat Coupe at 10,000. If we're all done, 10,000. I'm selling on my right at 10,000, 11,000. Thank you, Barney. And thank you, sir. 12,000. 12.000. Facciamo 13.000. So we make it 13, sir. 12,000. 12, remind you, Jack is sitting behind you and he's thinking 13 right now, but it's 12 and 5. 12.500, facciamo 13.000? No? Sì, grazie, 13.000. Would you like 13.5, sir? 13,000 and the bid is at 13,000. 13,000 against you. 13,000 and on my right at 13,000, and I'm selling it on my right, if you don't put your hand up at 13,000. At 13,000, no, sir, you're trying. 35 was already me being unbelievably kind. Now you're taking advantage of me. 13.5. Would you like 14, sir? See? 14.000. 14 against you. Would you like 14.5? No, the bid is at 14,000 then. At 14,000 on my right, and if we're all done, I'm selling at 14,000 euros. Yes, sir. 14,000. 418. 41,18.
A posto. Lot 131 is a 1929 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Sedan de Ville, an imposing Hooper body, delivered new to Italy and displayed at the 1929 Salon dell'Auto di Milano, no less. Luxury and style from an era when Rolls-Royce was really building the best cars in the world.
And note, ladies and gentlemen, that this car is perfectly suited also for driving to Brighton in England because it's a right-hand drive. Furthermore, the photo of the steering wheel and the dash pictured in the printed catalogue is that of the Hispano-Suiza, lot 134. And also, again, once sold, ladies and gentlemen, this lot will have to be brought back in Italy to be officially exported, but all of that will be taken care for you. We have bidding on this lot, ladies and gentlemen, and starting with it in my book, I have 45,000 with me. 45,000 is the absentee bid in my book, 45 and against you in the room at 45. Any advance at 45,000 euros, the bid is with me at 45. At 45,000. 45 now. Any advance? 48,000. Thank you. 50,000 with me. Against you, sir. At 50,000. 55. Standing at 55,000. 55,000. Any advance at 55. The bid is standing at 55,000 euros. 55,000. 55,000 euros. Contre vous dans la salle. If you are seated. 55 is standing. Any advance at 55? It's 55 standing. If we're all done at 55, standing at 55, 60,000 now. 60 against you, sir. Are you sure? If the bid was 62, would that change your mind? No, 60,000 and the bid is seated at 60,000 euros. At 60,000 next to 62. 60,000 seated at 60,000. If we're all done at 60,000, then seated at 60, I'm selling 62 against you. Would you like to make it 65? No? Are you sure? 62,000. The bid is then at 62,000. Any advance at 62? I have 62,000. If we're all done at 62,000, at 62, on the phone, sir, you're bidding? 62, it's against you at 62,000. And in the back of the room at 62, and I'm selling at 62,000. 62,000 au fond de la salle. 4240.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
So, lot 132. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of people have been looking and commenting on this fabulous car. It's a 1930 Fiat 525N Spider. A very rare, handsome 1930s motor car. Fold the windscreen down for true open-top pre-war motoring. And this car is in absolutely wonderful and preserved condition. I love it.
Fantastic.
You should love it too.
I do love it too, Peter. I'm actually thinking if you're buying it, please bring it back quickly to Italy because it has to be properly exported, which is our sale room notice, as you know. We'll open the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 19,000 euros only. 19,000 euros, 20,000, 22 ahead of you. Would you like 25, Tony? 25,000 now. Next is 28. The bid is at 25,000 with my bidder on the right. 28 with Don against you, Tony. 28,000. Would you like 30? 28,000. 28 is tegen je. Wil je 30? 30,000. 30,000 against you, Don. Would you like 32? 32,000. 35 with Peter's bidder. 35,000. Peter's bidder is at 35. Against you both now. 35. Don, would you like 38? 40,000. 40,000 now. And now, Peter, help me out. Where was your bidder? At 40,000. Where were we? 40,000. Are you still bidding? At 40,000. It's seated. It's standing on the phone bank. 42 now. 42, 45. Would you like 48, sir? Yes? Is that a yes? 45. 45. 50,000. 50,000. 50,000. Next would be 55. 60,000. That's good too. 60,000. Facciamo 65? 60,000 contro di te. 60,000. 60,000 with Don. At 60,000 euros. 60,000. 60,000 now. The business with 60,000 with Don, it's 60,000, and against you also in the room, it's 60,000 euros. Any advance at 60,000? 60,000. Next will be 62. 60,000 is bid. I'm asking for 62. 60,000 then. The bid is at 60,000 euros. Any advance at 60,000? 60,000 with Don. Contro 60,000. Contro voi due, Gus. 60,000 with Don at 60,000. And if we're all done, I'm selling at 60,000. Fair warning, at 60,000, I'm selling to Don. At 60,000, if we're all done, it's your bid, Don, at 60,000. If we're all done, facciamo 62? 63. Okay. Come on now. 63. Where were we bidding, Peter? 63,000. 63. 63 contro di lei, signora. Facciamo 65? 63 contro di lei. Facciamo 65? Sì o no? 63 adesso. Don, against you too. 63. The bid is at 63. Contro di lei, signora. 63.000. Facciamo 65? 63 adesso al telefono. No? Abbiamo fatto tutto che possiamo fare? A 63? Siamo finito? A 63.000. 63,000. At 63, if we're all done at 63, I'm selling then at 63,000 on the phone at 63,000 euros. 63,000. 4345.
Okay, lot 133 is the 1931 Austin 7 four-seater Tourer. This charming little car is an example of one of the most important British cars of the 20th century, evoking images of leisurely Sunday afternoon drives through a picnic or the country pub. And in fact, this car was delivered into a very different environment. Not that you can't have a picnic, but it was delivered to Genoa. So a car which you really can't help but fall in love with.
You can have picnics in Genoa, though, Peter. You know that, right?
Oh,
you
well,
can.
okay.
Please note, ladies and gentlemen, again, that this car, once sold, must return to Italy following the sale to be officially exported, and we'll start the bidding at 4,800 euros. At 4,800, 5,000 now. The bid is at 5,000 euros. I have 5,000 asking for 5,500. 5,000 euros then. The bid is at 5,000 euros. Any advance at 5,000 euros. At 5,000. 5,000 euros. 5,000 euros. Anyone at 5,000. At 5,000 euros. 5,000 then with my absentee bidder at 5. If we're all done at 5,000, I'm selling it here at 5,000. If we're all done at 5,000 euros, and I'm selling it at 5,005, 6,000 online. Ahead of you, sir. 6,500. Against the online bidding at 6 and 5, gentlemen. Online, now we're bidding 7,000. Look at the screen. It's 6 and 5. In the room. At 6,500. Would you like to make it 7,000 online? 6,005 in the room, then at 6,500. Next is 7 at 6,500. If we're all done at 6 and 5, I'm selling then at 6,500 euros. Online, 7,000. What do you think, sir? One more at 7,000? 7,500 against the internet. All the way through cyberspace. 7 and 5. Would you like to make it 8? No one says cyberspace these days anymore.
Not really,
I'm
Martin.
sorry.
We'll forgive you for that.
Really
You have lots on your mind.
8,000. 8,000 now. The bid is at 8,000. Would you like 8 and 5, sir? 8 and 5. 8,500. 8,005 is against the internet. And the next click would mean 9,000. I think it's a quick enter. That's what needs to be happening now. 8,500 is the bid. Next would be 9. 8,500, 9,000. 9,000. 9,005, thank you, sir. 9,500. 9,500. In the room at 9,500. Anything happening on the internet at 9,500? 10,000. We've gone all this way, sir. You can go to 10,500. 10,000 is ahead of you. 10,500. Would the internet like 11? 10,500. The bid is at 10,500 in the room. 10,500. Against you also in the room, by the way, 10,500. It's right here and it's against you. Is that 11,000? Is bid 11,000, sir? 11,000 against you, 11,500. Shall we make it 12? I wish I'd gone with bigger increments, but here we are. 11 and 5, which is like 12,000. No, sir? Are you sure? At 12,000. It's on the internet. 12,000, and the bid is at 12,000 euros, and against you also in the room at 12,000. Any advance at 12,000? At 12,000, and if we're all done on the internet at 12,000, and we're selling then at 12,000 euros. Fair warning, and selling at 12,000 euros. For the internet bidder at 12,000, at 12,000 euros.
Thank you. Lot 134, Martin, is the 1930 Hispano-Suiza H6B Coupe Chauffeur. One of the most evocative names in pre-war motoring, combining presence, style and performance to impress even the most discerning of customers, favoured by royalties, celebrities and racing drivers alike from all around the world. This is one of the most fascinating and elegant marks of the era.
Thank you, Peter. Also note, ladies and gentlemen, that the correct type spare engine, number 302255, is offered along with the car, although it's not currently in running order, but nothing we can't fix at RM Sotheby, so if you want to get that done, we can get that done for you. And also, once this lot sold, must return to Italy following the sale for the proper exportation. We're starting the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at 75,000 euros only. At 75,000 euros, the bid is at 75. 75,000 euros at 75. 75,000 euros, 80,000. 80,000 now, the bid is at 80,000. 80,000 euros, 80,000 then. The bid is at 80, asking for 85. At 85. 85,000 now, it's 85,000. 85,000 against you, Gus. At 85,000, ahead of you at 85,000. The bid is at 85,000, and ahead of you all at 85,000, asking for 90. 85. 90,000 with Gus. 90,000, now the bid with Gus at 90,000, and against you too, Stephanie at 90,000. 90,000, and the bid is with Gus at 90,000. Any advance at 90,000 euros only. 95 with Stephanie at 95, Gus. Would you like to make it 100? 95,000, and against you also in the room at 95,000. 95,000, Gus, against you. Would you like to make it 100? 95,000 euros only, 95,000. 95,000 euros. 95,000 euros contre vous, Gus, à 95,000 euros. 85, 95,000 against you. It's 95. 95 with Stephanie then on the phone at 95. Any advance in the room at 95,000. It's Stephanie then standing at 95,000 euros. 95 then. Are we all done at 95? At 95,000. If we're all done, I'm selling it in the room. I'm on the phone with Stephanie at 95, and I'm selling Gus. Are you back at 95? You stand up again. You go down, you stand up. It's a workout. I get it. It's good.
He's got long legs as well.
95,000. And if we're all done at 95, I'm selling that at 95,000 euros. 95,4343. Thank you, Stephanie.
Lot 135, ladies and gentlemen, has also been withdrawn from the sale. But I'd just like to add that if any of you have interest in either this or the Lancia Lambda, lot 128, please do come and see us in the auction office for a conversation about that, because hopefully we can help. So moving on, lot 136 is the 1942 Ford GPW military Jeep. There are a few cars of the world which haven't been, a few paths in the world which haven't been crossed by a Jeep. Unstoppable engineering and an icon of the liberation of Europe. And this particular example is presented in US Army livery.
Thank you, Peter. And please note, ladies and gentlemen, that the engine in this Jeep is currently fitted with a Willys MB head. Right, this lot has also been part of the collection for 2 decades. It will start the auctioneering at 5,005 and 5, 6,000 euros. It's 6,000 euros only at 6. 6,000 euros, the bid is at 6. It's 6,000 euros any advance. 6 and 5 now. 6,500 at 6,500. 7,000 now, with Barney's bidder at 7,000. Any advance at 7,000 then. At 7,000, the bid is at 7,000 euros. 7,000, any advance at 7,000. 7 and 5, it's against you, sir. 7,5 is already ahead of you. Barney's bidder is 8,000, against you too at 8,000. Are you still bidding at 8,000? Either of you at 8,000? It's with Barney's bidder at 8. 8,005 now in the back. Against you now, sir. 8,005 against your bidder, Barney, at 8,500. 9,000 with Barney's bidder. Would you like 9 and 5? Is seated up front now against you both. 9,500. 9.500 contro voi due. 10.000. 10,000. Would you like to make it 10 and 5, sir? 10,500. Shall we make it 11? 10,005. Now, the bid is up front at 10,005 against you both. 10,000, bless you, sir. 10,500 against you both at 10 and 5. 10,500 sitting up front, and at 10,500, if we're all done, at 10,500 euros, 11,000. It's against you, sir. 11 is already ahead of you. 11,005 against you both. 11,005 now on the aisle at 11,500 against the two of you at 11,500. It's here at 11,005. Would you like to make it 12? 11,500 now. The bid is at 11,500 euros. Against you both at 11 and 5. Shall we make one little effort at 12,000? Thank you, sir. 12,000 now and 500. Would you like to make it 13? No? 12,000? Not particularly. 12,005 then. The bid is at 12,005 against you too, sir. 12,005 on the aisle still up front. 12,500. Would you like to make it 13 at 12,005? At 12,500. At 12,500 all against you all in the room then. At 12,500. The bid is here at 12,005, 13,000 now. And 500. 13 and 5 then, on the aisle at 13,500. Any advance at 13,500? 13,500, it's here at 13 and 5. If we're all done, sir, are you sure at 13,500? Just before you weren't. 13,500, 14,000. And 500. The next one is a really nice round number. What do you say? 14,005. One more for 15? No? 14,500. 14,500 and on the aisle at 14,500. And I'm selling that, if we're all done, at 14,500 to you at 14,500 euros. 14,500, 4,444.
Thank you. Lot 137 is the 1955 Lancia Appia First Series Berliner. This, as we say, is a first series model. It remained in the first owner's family in Milan until 1964 and retains its original number plates. A technically advanced small family car, wonderful sewing machine-like engine. This is a really, really pretty car.
Thank you, Peter. It is a really pretty car. And we're opening the bidding for this car at 3,008, 4,000, 4,200 euros only. At 4 and 2, asking for 4,500. 4,200 euros, 4,200. Any advance at 4,200 euros. 4,200, 4,500. 4,800 against you now online. 4,000, 5,000 against you online. It's 5,000 in the room at 5,000 euros. 6,000 with the online bidding. 6,500. 6 and 5 now on my left at 6,500. Against you in the room as well at 6,500. It's on my left at 6 and 5. 6,500. Any advance at 6,500. 7,000 with Greg. And 500 in the room, Greg, against you now. 7,000 and back in the room at 7,005. 7,005. Next is 8,000. 7,500 and we're back in the room at 7,500. Any 8,000. Against you, sir, and 500. 8,005 now against you, Greg, at 8 and 5. 8,500 against you on the net at 8,500. 9,000 against you, sir. 9,000. Shall we make it 9 and 5? Is bid now. 9 and 5 against you, Greg. 9,500 euros. 10,000. Shall we make 11, sir? Shall we try it? 11,000. Thank you. 11,000. 12,000 with Greg. Would you like 13, sir? 12,000 now. The bid is with Greg at 12,000 euros, on the net at 12,000. Any advance at 12,000 euros now? Greg at 12,000, against you in the room at 12, and against you, sir, at 12,000. 12,000 euros then, Greg at 12,000. If we're all done at 12,000, then it's on the internet at 12, and I'm selling it to Greg at 12,000 on the internet at 12,000 euros. Internet bid at 12,000.
Lot 138, Martin. The penultimate lot is the 1914 Scat Tipo 4A torpedo. Very unusual, probably the first Scat to be offered publicly at auction for many years. A fine brass-era touring car from an enigmatic Italian manufacturer with a refined and advanced design of the era.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Kindly note again, ladies and gentlemen, that once sold, this lot must return to Italy following the sale for official exportation. We'll start the bidding at 18, 19, 20,000 euros. At 20,000, asking for 22. The bid is at 20,000 euros, asking for 22,000. 22,000. 20,000 is bid. 20,000. Any advance at 20,000 now. The bid is at 22. 22,000 now, asking for 25. 22,000 now. The bid is at 22,000, asking for 25. Any advance at 22,000. The bid is at 25. 25 with Gus. 25,000 now with Gus on my right. 25,000. Next is 28. 25,000 now. The bid is at 25,000. Next is 28. 25,000. Any advance at 25,000 euros. At 25,000 with Gus on the phone, 25.000. Che facciamo? 26. Ok. Prossima sarà 28. 26 facciamo 28, 30. 26 adesso al telefono. 26 on the phone. Gus. 28 with Barney's bidder. Thank you. 28. Prossima sarà 30. 28.000 sono nella sala. Facciamo 30 per la prossima. 28.000. 28,000 now. The bid next is 30. 28,000. I was in the room at 28 with Barney's bidder at 28,000. 28,000 against you both. At 28,000 against you all in the room except for Barney's bidder at 28. 28,000 now. Would you like to make it 30, Gus? 28,000. Are we all done at 28,000 then? It's on the phone. It's in the room at 28,000. 30 now. 30,000. 32. 32 contro di te, Gus. 35 sarà il prossima. 32. Don't ask me for 33 because I'll say no. 32,000. I think. No, I will. 32,000 is bid in the room with 32,000. 35 now. 35 nel fondo della sala. Facciamo 38? No? Sicuro? 35 nella sala, 35, prossima sarà 38, Gus. Contro voi due, infatti. 35 nel fondo della sala. 38,000 now. The bid is at 38,000. At 38,000, 38 000 euros contre vous deux. Gus, est-ce qu'on fait un petit affaire pour 40 ou pas? 38 000, c'est sicuro? 38 000 au fond della sala, 35 al fondo della sala, facciamo 35,000 and I'm selling then at 35,000. 38, sorry, in back of the room at 38,000, 38.000 sono il vostro, a 38.000 e facciamo 38.000. If we're all done, se non ci sono più delle offerte, I'm selling Gus now at 38,000. Fair warning, and I'm selling at 38,000 euros. 38,000, that was a good one. 38, your bid, sir. Can I see it one more time? Posso vederlo un'ultima volta? La grazie. 43-41.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the final lot of our lunchtime session and the absolute highlight of the collection. Here it is on stage to my left. The beautiful, it's lot 139. It's a 1939 Bugatti Type 57 Cabriolet by Gangloff. This car was, in fact, the factory demonstrator made available to the great racing driver and war hero, Jean-Pierre Wilmille. Recorded history and not offered for sale since 1964. It's been in the collection a very long time. It has a beautiful patina and it's very well mechanically maintained. A number of my colleagues have driven it and commented on how well it does drive, in fact. Rakish Gangloff lines with the steeply raked screen and delicate rear wingtips. This is a really, really special motor car.
Thank you, Peter. I want to point out that I was not one of the colleagues, and if I knew, I would have tried to drive it too.
I'm sure somebody would be happy to take you for a drive.
Please note, ladies and gentlemen, again, that on this lot again, it must return to Italy following the sale for official exportation. Now, with that all the information, we'll start the bidding at 180, 200,000, 200,000 now, 220 and asking for 250. I've got 220,000 asking for 250,000. 220,000 now. The bid is at 220,000 now. Next is 250 at 220,000 euros. 220,000 now. 220, 250. I have 250. It's ahead of you, Gus. I'm sorry. 250 is ahead of you at 250,000. Would you like to make it 260 then? 250 is against you. 250 now against you at 250,000. The bid is at 250,000. 270 is fine too. Next is 280. 270,000 with Gus at 270,000. 270,000 against you also in the room. 280 is in the room. Would you like to make it 300, Tony? Please make it 300. 280, then we can get on proper increments. 280. 300 would be very nice. 280,000. 300, Gus? Non, 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 non. J'ai dit 300. J'ai besoin de 300. Il y a déjà 290. 280 is your bid, sir. Sorry? I've got 300 against you now. Would you like 320? 320 is in the room. Thank you. We need to teach them how to bid. That's why. 320 is your bid. Next is 340 for everybody. 320,000 now. 320,000 is in the room at 320. With the gentleman in the room at 320,000. 340, 350. Would you like 360? 60 is bid. 380 is next. Thank you, sir. 360. 380 is next. 380 is standard with Alain. Alain, would you like 400, sir? 400, next is 420. 420 is next, Gus. With Tony at 420, would you like 440, sir? 440, next is 460 for everybody on the phone. 440 is in the room. 460 would be next, Alain. 440 now. I'm asking for 460. 440. 460 with Tony, would you like 480, sir? Is bid 480, next is 500. 520 next, but 480 with 500 will be next. 500 now. Would you like 520, sir? 520. Next is 540. We've got 520 asking for 540. 520,000. Asking for 540. 520,000 against you on the phone. It's in the room at 520,000 euros. Thank you, Alain. 520 asking for 540. 520,000 euros. It's a beautiful car. Are you sure? At 520,000. 540? No, I asked for 40. 520,000 now. The bid is in the room at 540. Thank you, Tony. I know we could do it. Would you like 560, sir? 540 is his bid. Would you like 560? 550? Don, you're killing me here. 550,000. Would you like 560, sir? 560. Don, would you like 580? 560,000. 560. Are you sure you want to try 570? I'm going to do it once with you. 570. Would you like 580, sir? No, are you sure? 570 ahead of you? 570. 570 now. The bid is at 570,000 with Gus, with Tony at 570,000 now. In the room, on the phone at 570,000 euros. Are we all done at 570, sir? Are you sure? At 570,000. You know what? You've been really, really kind. Would you like only 5,000 increment? Make it 575. 575. Because you've been very patient. Thank you. 575. Now you get 580, Tony. That's the good news. 575 is against you. Would you like to make it 580? It's only 5,000. 575 ahead of you. 580. What do you think, sir? Try for 590? 580 ahead of you. 580,000. 590,000. 590,000, Tony. Next will be 600. It's a very, very small. Did the phone break? Did the phone break down? What happened? Oh, you hang up? No, couldn't happen. 590,000 is your bid, sir, then. It's 590,000 and in the room at 590,000. Any advance at 590,000, in the room at 590,000, and I'm selling then if we're all done at 590, fair warning, at 590,000 euros. 590,000, sir. Well done. Thank you very much.
Well done.
4444. 590,000. Now over to you, Peter. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, prima e soprattutto vorrei ringraziare famiglia Mazzocchi della possibilità e la fiducia di aver avuto per vendere questa favolosa collezione di macchine. I'd like to thank the Mazzocchi family for their entrusting the sale of this fabulous collection of cars to us today. And please do come and join us at 4 o'clock for pre-auction drinks. And the evening sale will begin this evening in this room at 6 p.m. So we'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you very much.